So yeah, I'm Mike Pitts, I'm the lead specialist in sustainability at Innovate UK, which means most of my work is embedding sustainability right across our strategy. So I'm going to move fairly quickly through a few of our current or upcoming calls of the most interest, probably to this audience. There's probably more than we have I'm going to cover here now on sustainability. I see across the programme there's quite a few agricultural type businesses that are here today. Not doing any of those kind of things, but we do have some opening competitions in that area. For any of these, it's worth going and seeing the stand in the kind of display area for the Knowledge Transfer Network. In fact, they have some of the briefs for some of these competitions right there, including SMART, as you heard, the Catalyst, and some of the ones I'm going to cover. So if you want any more detail today, that's a good place to go. I'm also going to work on the assumption that these slides will be available afterwards. So if you don't know who Innovate UK are, we are the UK government's innovation agency. We're there to help companies innovate more quickly and grow faster and therefore grow the economy. We run something like 100, 120 competitions a year. In comparison to the European target, we actually get 60% of our funding goes to small businesses. We help around 8,000 companies a year. We've got networks through the Knowledge Transfer Network, around 90,000 members. If you're trying to find partners or someone of interest that you want to work with, that's a great place to start. And most importantly, all of us have come from business, so we've got, that's probably a lot higher than this now, several thousand years of business experience between all of us. We're all ex-industry. In terms of the kind of areas we target and work in, we ask ourselves 4 questions, and it's worth thinking about these when you're applying to us, because these are the kind of questions that filter down into our application process. We want to know whether the UK's got the capability to do this. Do we have the science base and knowledge? Do we have the right kind of industry to take this kind of these things forward? Is the idea at the right stage? Is it ready for market? Are we too soon, too late? We're normally thinking on 10-year horizons. If you're tackling a market problem now, you're probably going to be too late by the time you get to market. If it's 20, 30 years away in terms of a challenge, that might be, you can bring a solution to market that doesn't actually need it yet. We want to know if there's a large market opportunity, preferably a global one. We're thinking about the return on investment there for public money, and how can we actually make a difference? We're giving you taxpayers money. How are we, in any area we invest in, actually able to make a difference with our money? And the other thing to remind you of course, is we're not just there to give out money. We do a lot more than that. Quite a lot of our work is in connecting people up, trying to lay out some of the roadmaps for certain areas so you can see where there are opportunities for you, particularly for small businesses. That's not always obvious. And of course, on networks and connections, so big businesses like to be able to work with small innovative companies. Within our grants and our projects, that's quite a safe way of doing that. We've got a whole load of different mechanisms for doing these things. I do apologise for the sheer number of them. We are trying to simplify this. Again, that's where the Knowledge Transfer Network can really come in and helping you understand. The best thing to do is come and talk to us about what it is you want to try to do, and we'll direct you to the right mechanism rather than trying to look at a call and force fit your project to them. So these are the kind of areas we work in, particularly the big societal challenge areas of energy, built environment, food, transport and health. We've got some cross-cutting themes around high-value manufacturing, digital economy, resource efficiency, and some of the technology-led areas that we're particularly expert in within the UK. For sustainability, the way we think about it is how are we going to give 9.5 billion people that will be on the planet by 2050 a good quality of life using the resources of just one planet. That's the kind of approach we're taking. So what we're thinking about here are the societal and environmental drivers that change markets, and making sure that that thinking is embedded right across our strategy and our programs and competitions. The way we do this is we've got a tool called Horizons. This is free for you to use to help you think about those environmental and social drivers that shape markets. It's at horizons.innovateuk.org, and it won't be long before this starts to get built fully into our application process. So on to the competitions that we've got coming up. You've heard about the Catalyst programme before. The Energy Catalyst, there's a round open at the moment. This one's supported by funding from EPSRC and DEC. Up to 14 million available in this one. I'm trying to give you quick URLs for all of the competitions to get more details. But you can get hold of the brochure for this out on the KTN stand. It's open now. Really, we're looking for innovative businesses and researchers to bring new ideas towards market that solve what we call the energy trilemma. So again, you can start to see straight away where the social and environmental things fit in. We want to support technologies that not only reduce emissions, energy generation and supply, but also improve the security of supply and reduce cost. Because they're the problems we're actually trying to tackle. The way the catalyst breaks down is, again, as you saw earlier from Olaf, into kind of 3 stages, from technical feasibility through to technology development, and the kind of pre-commercial validation. At each stage, as it gets closer to market, the intervention that we provide reduces, but the amount of money can go up. So again, just go and look at the little brochure on that, and that'll give you some more details. From a European perspective, we are supporting the Solar EraNet. Again, this is open now, up to €1 million available from the UK side, particularly looking at prioritising topics on PV development, these ones on the bottom, so organic thin film, grid integration, concentration technology, that kind of thing. Some of the areas where the UK is strong. So if you're working in a solar area, I suggest you've got to look at that. Also in the energy area, we've got a goal open now on integrating supply chains for energy systems. The UK and actually countries around the world are going to have to invest a huge amount of money over the next 10 years to upgrade their electricity infrastructure. You heard from the Powerball right at the beginning about the problems with that. The supply and demand is changing, trading energy between people is going to be an issue. So how do we start to build capacity in the technology we need to do this? So this is the call that's open, closes in a few weeks' time. Principles of competition, this is a feasibility study competition. Successful projects in this will be eligible to go forward to a second stage CR&D competition to scale some of these things up. So again, focused on developing robust supply chains for technology suppliers, system integrators and end users. It's all energy vectors, not just electricity, heat, combustible gases, hydrogen, electricity. And we really want to see involvement from all sorts of different sectors, other than just the utilities. So bringing in expertise from digital, telecoms, built environment, transport, water, waste and so on. So at this stage, up to 500k grant funding is available. We've got a couple of links here for the competition information, but also where you can find potential partners. If you've got more questions, Christian Inglis is leading on this. They're 3-month projects, as you can see, up to 40k eligible costs. The energy team's also got another competition opening soon on cleaner, more efficient conventional fuels. So this is looking where fossil fuels are going to be part of our ongoing mix. How can we make these more sustainable? So improving efficiency, reducing cost and minimising the environmental impact of the production and use of conventional fossil fuels. Again, looking at the social and environmental needs behind this. So the challenge areas around fossil fuel power, oil and gas, industrial energy. I think energy intensive industries fits into this as well. So it's if you're an energy intensive industry, it's well worth looking at this competition. This has got 2 strands, feasibility studies and collaborative R&D, so for smaller exploratory projects and larger collaborative projects to take ideas closer to market. Brokerage events are coming up for this, so if you're interested, you can learn all about this and meet potential partners in mid-Feb. The lead for this one is Harsh Peshard. There's his contact details there, and again a few more details about the kinds of projects we're looking for. So moving on to the built environment area, we've got a competition opening very soon on building whole life building performance. So this is how can we start to invest in buildings before we build them so that they operate better over their lifetime. It's going to be opening at the resource event in early March, or there will certainly be some details released about it then. It's a 4 million CR&D competition from our low impact buildings innovation platform. We're looking at projects from 150k to 800k and really looking in 3 areas. So motivating the market to look at whole life performance. So maybe spending more money at the beginning so you can overall, during the lifetime of the building, manage all the performance attributes better. Improving in-life performance in the building and also evidencing whole life performance. That includes things like circular economy for some of the components within the building. We've also got an area called urban living, which is looking around the future challenges for cities and how we can make cities work more efficiently using the systems we've got. The principle there is largely the idea that lots of systems operate independently of each other in cities. They're optimised individually, so they fight each other. If we can start to make them work better and the city can work as a system of systems, the city can work more effectively. So with the integrated products and services, this is one that's looking at using a lot of the now cities are building these integrated management systems to track all of these different activities. So can we start to build new products and services that utilise these data management platforms to solve some of these kinds of problems? Looking at quite large projects from 350k up to 700k, we've got 7 million available. It opened in December, it closes relatively soon, but if you are interested in that kind of area, you've got a solution that fits into that, it's probably worth finding out a bit more details. There may be a growing consortia where your technology fits in nicely for this kind of solution. So moving over to our resource efficiency platform, we've got one competition closing soon on covering value materials from waste, which I'm not going to cover because it really is in the last days of it now, but there are brochures out on the KTN stand. But in March we're opening the Circular Economy Business Models competition. This is for businesses that are looking to move towards a circular economy with their business models. So in the future they see circular economy as part of their future. How can they start to make a business case for that? We're basically paying you to go away and work out that business case with potential partners. What will your business look like in 10 years' time, where you're actually bringing back more of your products and reselling them? So this is a feasibility study competition. Again, like that earlier energy competition, successful projects in this will be eligible to go through to a subsequent competition where we will fund some very large pilot demonstrators, probably of the order of around 1 million. So this is looking to, for 800k is available for 25 to 50k projects of 6-month duration. Really we're looking at how you can redesign your supply chain into a value network. The output should be a business case and a design for a project plan. And really we're focused on durable goods and take back. So we're looking at repair, reuse, remanufacture type business models. So the retailer or the business that owns the relationship with the end customer is involved. Probably a manufacturer and probably another organisation that enables that business model. It could be that one or two of these are actually the same organisation, but we're looking to rearrange your business, your value network, so you can take back your products, remanufacture them, lease them, or reuse them in a usable way. Lots of businesses are looking to do this. The biggest barrier really is to make the business case, and that's what we think we're paying for in this competition. So as I did mention the value from waste competition. This is closing fairly soon. This is about recovering valuable materials from waste. It's 4.5 million CRD competition. Again, EPSRC is supporting this. Reprocessors of materials basically need quality, quantity and consistency of input to be able to get high quality value in their output. What we want to do is support businesses to develop new technologies, not only to do better sorting once they've got a mixed waste stream, but also to move further upstream to be able to intercept valuable materials earlier. We're looking here to maximise the value of recovered materials from permanently produced waste streams. Energy is out of scope. Projects up to 800k, 24 months, collaborative R&D. This is, as I said, open now, closing really quite soon. For all of these, if you want more details, as I said, either go out to the KTN stand outside, or go to this URL here, and that'll take you to our funding competitions. That's our main website. Do go and join the KTN sector group of interest for you, and keep track of us either on Twitter, or as I say, sign up to one of the KTN sites.